everybody, it's Gail from Gail's Bookish Things. Today I thought we would go through some magazines and select things that would be fun pictures or words for you to use in your journaling, whatever kind of journaling that you like to add an artistic touch to or creative flair. That's what this would be. I periodically like to do this, or if I'm looking through a magazine or advertisement and I see something that I like before I put it in recycling, I'll just, tear it out. So I thought that could be fun to do and give you some maybe inspiration on how to use stuff that you might already have sitting around. Another thing I wanted to mention is I may stray away from the journaling aspect or the book aspect a little bit over the next several days. My daughter's getting married on Sunday, my middle daughter, and right now it's okay, but I have a feeling it's going to get really crazy in just a few days as it gets closer and closer. There may be lots of last minute things I'm forgetting. So if I stray off course a little, that's probably why. And also as as we get further in October, I'm like, what ideas to do, or what idea can I get done with a minimal amount of time. So that's what's going on. But for now, let's just take a look and see. I can tell there's a little bit of a glare, but we'll do our best. So just looking at this, like I might think what a haul could be fun, because lots of times we feature in these journaling world videos maybe things we've bought from a pen shop or a stationery store or something. So I'm just going to cut this because to tear it I might rip into that, but some of them I will tear. And that is like a really neat picture of a train. So that could be a good, I'm thinking like in a traveler's notebook, you could have it run on 2 pages and then like split it and go one to the other. I kind of like that sort of, it's like it's a real picture, but it's been like made to look digital or something. I don't know how you do that. I'll hang on to that and this. So I didn't maybe necessarily need to take that out, and I may change my mind later. Another thing I wanted to say too is I could show you all, and I may do this just for fun, is to show you some of the flowers we've made ahead of time for the wedding, the different things we have for the favors and so on. So I don't want to page through the whole entire magazine necessarily, but I think give might be good, especially in a Christmas junk journal or a December daily. Sometimes there's enlighten that could be good in a faith journey, or maybe faith journey journal, or in something where maybe you've taken a class or you've read a book and you feel like you've learned something. So this past Sunday, we had at our house here a baby gender reveal party. My daughter and her husband are having a baby in March, and a friend of the family was going to host a picnic. Well, it ended up, as the weather got closer, that it was going to be rainy and cold. So kind of yesterday we said, okay, we'll have it here. So we got all hands on deck, which are all my kids still at home, and we, let's see, winter might be a good word. We cleaned the house real quick. Okay, this is funny. I have a Band-Aid and it's shredding, and that's bugging me. There you go. Something to do with winter here, I'm interrupting myself, will be good for a December daily or warmth. Any kind of winter journaling where maybe you have a fire going or you're at a bonfire. Anyway, so we had the party here, and it was a quite full house full, but a real fun celebration. Before it really got rainy, some of the family members had this like smoke thing, like you twist it like a can of biscuits that you might get, refrigerated biscuits, and the smoke poofed up. All of them, 4 out of the 5 produced white smoke, and then 1 had pink smoke. So we will have a new granddaughter in March or end of February, however that ends up working out. So that'll give us, if I'm counting right, 4 unusual times. This is perfect for 2020, isn't it? We'll have 4 granddaughters and 2 grandsons. The boys are getting outnumbered. Okay, underwear. It's not going to be good for a journal. Simple purpose. Some of those words. Yeah, I kind of like that. I'm going to tear that out. And what I might do is cut out those words. And we're done with that one. So moving right along. My husband is in aviation insurance, and he also is like a small airplane type pilot. So I hung on to that because there were some neat looking map pictures. So we had the gender reveal party yesterday. Kind of a thing that happened pretty quick, and it's not like we're overwhelmed with the wedding, but it is getting close quickly, and there's all those last minute things. So putting a party in there kind of sounded crazy, but it actually worked out okay. November's going to get busier, so it was actually a really good time, and it was fun to see my daughter's in-laws. We really like them, and they were able, most of them were able to be at the party too. I have a son who works at Menards, and they get this employee magazine, and I thought there might be something in here, but I'm not. Ooh, color trends for fall. Yes, there is something in here. I'm sure you're loving that tearing sound. But isn't that kind of fun? So that could just be a little funky insert there. Ah, I like that. I'll probably use that before Christmas time. And then on the back, there's these flower pictures. I mean, those are pretty easy to come by. But it's in a magazine that's going to get thrown away. Otherwise, or recycled. I usually try to take any paper trash and recycling. Because, like, might as well, right? Recycle it or throw it away. It doesn't seem that big of a deal to me to put it in a bag. So we have that going on. I've got my dress picked out, and I have shoes, but now that it's cold, I'm afraid the shoes are going to be too cold because they're like open toe. But then the whole wedding might be inside. It's at a venue where it can be outside or inside. And that propeller might be something, I don't know. Okay, so not to bore you too much, let's ooh, so there, Christmas junk journaling. I've talked a little bit about the December daily, and if you're not familiar with that, I wasn't until recently. Basically, you're making a, excuse me, a little journal for December, or buying a journal and writing in it, however you choose to do that. And you just add little doodads from the day. So if you went out and you got a coffee, you might put the label from your coffee cup holder thing or something like that. Or do you think these would be good? I do have a lot of Christmas books that I can rip up. It's kind of fun with the airplane. I guess I'll hang on to it. Can always pitch it later. So with the December daily, you just do that. You're journaling, but it's kind of a scrapbooking thing too, because you're commemorating the season. So if you do a lot of holiday stuff, it might be a fun thing for you. I kind of realized this year that I might actually prefer, almost due to busyness, to kind of like this Vlogtober is, but do an October daily thing, because that's really a fun time of the year, beautiful time of the year for me. But there's just so much more going on, I guess, generally speaking, in December. I feel like this is going to take us a while. I'm not going to keep paging through this one. If you love airplanes, you might be sad that I just did that. But I want to go on to something a little more fun to look at. This is an Amazon catalog. It arrived the other day. And I thought, oh, fun, catalog. And then my second thought was pictures for junk journals. So like this one, I would look at that and think that would be a good filler page. It could be a cover. It has a lot of cute little illustrations. So I'm going to tear that out. And then this little fox and owl are really cute. You know, like what I would end up doing probably is just cutting or tearing those corner pieces out. And I like this too with the coffee and cocoa. I guess that's all cocoa there. A hot cocoa mix for grown-ups to fix. Okay, that's cool. So in a December daily, even adding something like this, whether you use it or not, it just adds a festive feel. But here there's a recipe already on here. The back is a little shopping list. So it might be fun to put in your December book as an insert or as something like a removable insert or actually a page. So we'll see. And then here, this whole word adventure seems like that could be good. Then most of this, I think, is stuff to buy. Ooh, stickers. Oh my goodness. Ah, didn't know that was in here. I really didn't. Let's tear that out. Oh my gosh, they don't want to tear out without all popping off. Okay, I'll get to that in a little bit. A Winter's Tale is a little cute story to read to a child. And here's a color by number. So I think like I'll just tear that out because I might send that to one of my older grandkids. They like to get mail even though they live across town. I think my little granddaughter in Alaska might be a little bit small for that yet, but most of my grandkids are here in Missouri, but I have one in Alaska. Sadly, I don't get to see her very much at all. This is cute. Oh my gosh, it's a little lodge. That's adorable. Fun to create your own snow globe. Okay, this has all kinds of fun things in it. Either to send to them, like I'm not going to put toys in my junk journal, but it's funny. I'm sure when they send out these magazines, they're not thinking somebody will like to rip these up and use them for scrap. That little deer is pretty cute. I love deer. They were one of my favorite things when I was a little girl. These little trees, those could be fun. What I kind of don't want to do also though is get so many things going. Okay, a play washer. I don't know if that's fun or torture. I mean, you're going to get to the point where you have to do laundry like every day of your life anyway. Why start out learning how to do that in play? Just teach your kids to put laundry in the real machine and let them do something useful. Teach them to be responsible, and you don't have to buy a pretend washer, for heaven's sakes. That's my opinion. Sorry if I'm offending anyone, but oh my gosh, that's almost like child abuse there. I'm kidding. It's not, but you can just do the real thing. You don't have to buy a fake washer. But I guess, you know, when I was growing up, you would get a little broom, and that was fun. Little broom and dustpan. Okay, I think these are cute, these little edge pieces. That just might be something I'll send. I don't know, it's got toys on the back. We don't want to create that sense of I need when they really don't. That's pretty adorable. I don't think I would build it, but I like that picture, so I'm going to just tear that off. Okay, that's all we're going to do there. And maybe that's good. I've got 2 more nature magazines. Actually, this is our botanical garden. With a membership, you get some perks with the gift shop or getting into other local things with a discount. And then it tells you what's going on in the Missouri Botanical Garden. And then this is our Free State magazine, which always has interesting articles and neat pictures. I sadly don't read it as often as I wish that I did. There's, only so many hours in the day, and I default to doing videos and watching videos when I have some free time. This is kind of neat here. You can order tree and flower things, and I think I'm looking at the price. This beside the point. They're inexpensive, or if not free, so that's cool. And then this is kind of neat. This could be good for a December page. This whole conifer species. That would just be like one of those pages that are, I call them accent pages when you're making a junk journal. Like, you maybe won't use it, but it adds some character. So like, you'd have it like that in your book, depending on the size. I kind of like that. So take that out. And it does look like you have to pay. Ooh, another one. This is showing, though, like the trees when they're green, and I'm looking for more winter and fall, so probably won't use those now. These would be fun for kind of a nature or botany themed journal. The thing is, I haven't made a whole lot of junk journals lately. I was making them like left and right, and then I kind of, some were gifts, some people bought because they wanted gifts, but I don't like spending the time making them. And then I had all these books on my shelf. Like, that's kind of a waste. They're super fun to make. I'll just hang on to those. They can always be recycled. I probably won't get to ordering the plants, even though I wish I would. This is super picturesque. This fall scene. Like, I would love to live in a place like that, where the view was those trees and everything. So let's just tear that out. So I don't like to accumulate a whole lot of stuff that I might use later in a book. But right now, I'm getting some ideas. I'm showing you, if you haven't really thought about this, maybe something you could do to get some page decoration without even shopping, if you already have the magazines. That could be really neat in a Traveler's Notebook Narrow for an accent page. So there's a lot of these kind of pictures. That's an elk. I don't know. It's kind of like a deer, I guess. I like enough that I want to tear it out. Both of those could be cool. But I'm not going to take all these out now. I can always go back. Places to go. So even those words could be good for a journal. Wild, if you want to describe maybe your kids at some point. You could take out that word, or you're out in nature and you're wanting a fun word to describe an outing you had. You could do that. And then this is mostly articles, and it has some illustrations, but they're typically little smaller articles. This is a house that's at our botanical garden, and it used to be the home of the man and his family who were the rose gardeners, or the man was the rose gardener. It is so quaint. I mean, that would be the coolest house to live in. At Christmas time, there's a light show, and you can walk up and look inside this window, and there's like a tree set up. It's like a family still living there. Now I think they just hold meetings there and they decorate for the holidays. But it's beautiful. If you're in our state and you haven't been there, or you're ever visiting Missouri, going to the botanical garden is really, really worth it. And then this little thing right here is just a fun, I like these little illustrations. So I might just tear that out and put that in a December daily, just as a little corner accent. So that's kind of what I do. You know, if something really pops out, I will tear it out. If I use it, great. If I don't, you know, it'll just get put in the plastic recycle bags. Sometimes taking out these envelopes that are in a magazine is a good junk journaling thing. You can tuck that in your signature and have that for paraphernalia, memorabilia, whatever. So I might hang on to it. Again, sometimes I collect and then I end up, as I often do, feeling overwhelmed with everything, and I just end up getting rid of it. But it doesn't hurt to at least save it and then decide later. So I really like these bright orange flowers. I think I can use that yet this month or in November. I guess those are mums. A pretty color. I don't think I've seen any of those. This Garden Glow is super awesome. This is the home of Henry Shaw, who started the Missouri Botanical Garden in 18-something. It was his farm. And anyway, they do a light show, and it shows on that building, and it's like moving. It's hard to explain, but it's absolutely fascinating to watch. It's beautiful. I love that. I like to do that every year. Don't know if we'll go this year or not, but it's like one of my favorite things to do in the season, so we probably need to order our tickets. This is kind of a neat little spread here. This shows part of the Japanese garden. But again, I might feel like I'm getting too much stuff. And then there, that's kind of pretty. That could be a good accent too. I also have a lot of neat fall digital kits that I've printed out or have been sent to me, so I don't know that I need too many more things like this. So I'll probably just stop with that. But that gives you the idea of maybe a thought process. Maybe that makes you think, oh my gosh, I have that whole pile of magazines. I'm going to get those out and look for things. I just saw this. So Joy Delivered. I like to get presents, but Joy Delivered is kind of, for me, kind of the whole meaning of Christmas, and kind of a cute way of saying that. So I'm going to save that cover. People at Amazon, this is what I've done to your book. My apologies, but thanks for all the good journal ephemera. Okay, that's all. I have rambled long enough. It was kind of fun updating you. Don't be surprised if you see some out of character videos as far as topic. But we'll see. We'll see where it goes. So thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.